Hey guys, so from now on, I wanted to like create a new name for like each video and like what I'm gonna do. So you'll see like I just I don't know. I'm always doing something different, and I'm always doing something. Trying specifically in this case, work on this RV, trying to get it ready. I wanted to talk to you guys about like what I did, how the process of like going out buying this thing, and then pretty much like what to look for, and also like what to I mean just a different way to protect you in terms of like not having to deal with the same amount of bullshit we had to, because we live in Nevada and we bought this thing from Washington. Long story, I'll get to that in a sec. Anyway, so yeah, we went out. If you haven't already seen our other videos, watch them. It's pretty good. Explains like pretty much what we're doing and why. But this is it. This is I can't rotate it. Shoot. So you got a 1987 Bounder by Fleetwood. So this RV, it's a 31-foot RV. It's got like 125,000, 128,000 miles on it. It's in really good shape based on what it was. I think Blue Book was like 11,000. And what I was saying earlier is like if you do your research, you do enough research, you realize like you can pick up RVs and different cars and vehicles like this for like relatively decent prices. So we, like I said, it was Blue Book at about 11,000, 10 to 11,000, and we ended up paying 5,500 for it. I guess the guy died in it, which kind of sucks. But well, I don't know if it was in it or whatever. But the owner died. So yeah, gifted to his 4 daughters, which I'll get to that in a second. Anyway, plenty of storage for us and the 5 dogs. My wife has got some good little sections to kind of sprawl out and love life. The good thing is, in 1987 they didn't have seat belts apparently, so none of them have that. Neither of those 2 seats up there. I mean, you got everything you need. You got like stovetop. It's got an oven too, microwave. I don't even know if those work. They said they work. I don't know. I got to test that still. Plenty of storage. We ended up, it was a air mattress. What am I thinking? Like a Sleep Number set. It was 2 twins, so we ended up ripping those out. Put down some plywood to kind of gap that center gap, and then I got to rearrange it a little bit. But queen size bed. Get that. Do some extra storage on the sides. I'll show you guys when I do that. When I finish that, hopefully in the next day or two. It does have 2 AC units, which is kind of nice. And then the bathroom's like, I guess that toilet paper is all unrolled, but it's in really good shape for $5,500. I mean, we definitely scored on it. And yeah, so I purchased this, and then that's when the fun starts for me, right, which is repairing it. We got you guys saw a screaming deal on it. It had issues with the electrical system for battery, and I went to go get it smogged, and it failed the first time. So what I did was I just did a complete tune-up. You can get those kits at I used O'Reilly's, Napa, any of those places. And then it's the nice thing about these is that's the engine, or at least like the engine compartment, right? But in order to access some of the stuff that you need for like a small tune-up, it's all on the sides, and you can actually crawl into the wheel well, and you got plenty of room to come in there and do it. And I was actually in and out with that tune-up faster than probably almost as fast as my Jeep, my like 73 Jeep, which had plenty of room, right? So these older models are good like that, as long as you can get one that doesn't leak any of the additional fluids. Holding tanks are good, and then also your propane system is good. So you just obviously have to make sure about that, and that you always want to run through and check all that stuff when you get it. So yeah, like I said, I replaced spark wires. We did distributor cap, rotator, slight carburetor adjustment to make sure that it passed smog, and then also what else was I thinking? Basic oil change, air filter, all that stuff, just to make it roadworthy, and we didn't have any issues driving. It's actually got plenty of power. It's like a huge 454, Chevy 454 in it, and I mean, this thing is what? It can hold 15, 16,000 pounds, plus we're going to end up towing something. So one of the good things I wanted to show you guys is, you know, with an older vehicle like this is part of my planning portion, right? It's like, what happens when or if this RV breaks down in the middle of the desert or in the middle of the hills or whatever happens. So we ended up buying this guy, 2005 Jeep Liberty. We got a screaming deal on that too. It's a stick shift, 4-wheel drive, so you can put it in, you put the transfer cases into neutral and leave the car in gear. Transmission won't free spin and won't burn up since it's not going to be running. And this one actually, one, it's really rare to find manuals. Two, we lucked out on it because it already has the front end tow assembly and an aftermarket brake system too. So yeah, this guy right here is going to hook right into your flat toe. Well, they call it flat toe. All four, you know, all four tires on the ground, as opposed to putting it on a dolly. And then you also have your brake light controllers and connectors too. The car itself isn't in that bad a condition. I went through, ran through it, and I just have to do a brake job on it and a couple other things. But that's, for me, that's easy, and I like doing that kind of stuff. So, but here's the back end of the RV. Everything was already sealed. Before we bought it, I climbed up there and just made sure everything was good. And so yeah, you just hook it right up to that, hook it up to the Jeep, and tow the shit out of that thing. Anyway, yeah, and since we're going to be traveling with 5 dogs, we're worried, you know, if we need to be able to, you know, if we get stuck on the side of the highway, we need to be able to load them up with us, and you know, go wherever we need to either repair this, or even if we gotta go buy another one for another $5,500. I hope not, but I mean, it could happen. But specifically, so that was the reason I wanted the Jeep. Serena, on the other hand, wanted that bad boy to be able to kind of use the RV, right, as like a home base, and we'll use that while we're, you know, we'll travel. We'll go pick a KOA or pick something somewhere to park this bad boy. We'll leave it for the day, load up the pups, take the Jeep, unhook it. Takes probably, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and load up the dogs and go drive around. And we'll like I said, we'll use the RV as a home base, and then drive around, find a place to hike, go swimming, whatever we're gonna do with the dogs, and just kind of sightsee and check out the U.S. on a bigger scale than anything that we could have done without this, you know. Plenty of storage. All of these have storage, even like under the freaking chairs and the table at the, you know, the dinner table or whatever. It's even got storage under there too, so plenty of room. My version of storage is all the external stuff, so all the backups, right? You got a little gas can in there, you got a generator, you got all the tools that my tools, which is gonna be a lot of tools, but the just in case stuff that I need if I need to repair it while we're out and about and on the road. And then you know, like I said, we're just gonna go through. I've already done all the engine work. Now I just got to go through and double check all the plumbing and sanitize the potable water tank on board, or you know, the 100-gallon tank on board. So take care of all that. I'll show you guys when I get to that in the next day or two. I'll take a video of that and just show you how to fix that and what we're looking for. Other than that, yeah, I mean, 1987. That's the same one as Breaking Bad as well. I don't know if anybody watches that show. I only watched the last episode randomly, but I won't spoil it for you. Yeah, and then this is our other section of planning is this little shipping container right there. It's a 8-foot wide by, I think it's like 9.5 foot. It's a high cube. That thing's $1,800 and about $1,500 to ship it. And I mean, we own 10 acres out here, so that's all going to stay on the property. And yeah, loading up our entire house into that. Everything that we're not bringing with us, and everything that we're not selling is going to be in that bad boy. And yeah, slowly changing out, cleaning out the garage and packing stuff. And we were supposed to go tubing today, but air quality's too bad. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to talk to you about that so far. Lastly, I wanted to talk about like just the RV and the title process. It's the exact same as a car, right? You know, if you buy a car from somebody, you need the title or you need to buy it from a dealership to be able to provide a lien holder with the title. And for us, I bought it from 4 girls because their dad passed away, and we turned around and tried to register it, and it was like problem after problem after problem. I was at the DMV 2 days a week for the last 3 weeks. I finally got it registered, finally got it not insured, titled, and it was all because it was an out-of-state title. And you know, just make sure in advance, like the whole clean and clear title is kind of a big deal, especially since when I went to go register this thing 3 days ago, turns out the VIN was wrong on the Washington title. And so Nevada did their VIN inspection, they caught it, and it's just more paperwork and more of a headache for me. So just remember, make sure you guys do that shit. And you know, I don't know how else I want to say that. Just make sure your paperwork's all covered and all that stuff. And the cool thing about this is, you know, it's an older model. We picked it up dirt cheap. And the craziest part is we can do this whole tour, come back, and we could probably sell it for more than we paid. And the better part for me is like the monthly payment, right? It cost me less money to insure that RV because it's so old. It cost me less money to insure that RV than it does any one of my other vehicles. And only costs $70 to register it as opposed to hundreds with both of these other guys. So I don't know, something to think about. If you guys, you guys know me. If you have any questions, you need anything else, let me know. Message me, text me, email me. Yeah, and I'll get back to you. Have a good one. Thanks.